Hey folks, and welcome back to yet another theory video. Today, let's wander into the realm of what many might consider mindfuckery. And today's theory states that Christopher Nolan, he had just one more mindfuck in store for us at the end of Inception. This theory states that we are misdirected about what Cobb's totem is, and that there's actually a completely definitive answer for whether he survives or not. So let's get started with this theory. So I've only just seen Inception. I know, where have I been? Like, come on, it came out in, was it 2012? Or was it before that? It was before that, wasn't it? Considerably before that. Came out a while ago. So I'm a little bit late. But I saw this theory on Reddit as, you know, obviously I see most of my theories on Reddit because it's a deep dark hole that is not to be trusted. And then I also found it on Looper. So I will leave a link to this theory below. It's a combination of different fan theories that will make you see films differently. So if you want to check it out, you can. Anyway, so what this theory states is... Oh, bear with me a second. Slight technical difficulties. Bear with. The issue of whether Leonardo DiCaprio's Cobb was awake or still in some dreamland layer is one which still looms over large majorities of fans of Inception. At the end of the film, after surviving the deepest reaches of the subconscious universe, he has accomplished his mission of psychologically planting a company-ending idea. As a reward for his success, his children are finally returned to him, and his life finally looks like it's back on track. The final shot of the film makes you think, oh. The happy ending that we are presented with is questioned when he spins his supposed totem, the spinning top, the middle top, and things cut to black before it is able to confirm his reality, whether it stops spinning. And there's one idea that this metal top isn't actually Cobb's totem. There is another thing which, if you're eagle-eyed enough, you will notice. And that's that the totem is actually his wedding ring. Now, in the dream landscapes, he always has his wedding ring on. But in the real world, he doesn't have his wedding ring on, which is yet another difference that you can use to identify whether or not he is in La La Land, as the theory so eloquently states, or whether he's in the real world. So the question is then, does he have his ring on in the final scene? Because this would seem to suggest that it's over, he is in the real world. And just for those of you who love Leonardo DiCaprio as much as I, will be happy to hear he's not wearing his wedding ring in the last scene, which would suggest that he is in the real world, and that this, a bit of misdirection by good old Christopher Nolan, came to really nothing, that the totem is actually his wedding ring. I buy this. I think it's interesting for the purpose of the idea of not knowing the difference between dreams and reality, which is at the core of Inception. But I think everyone really likes a happy ending. Saying that, I don't particularly like happy endings at the end of most films. I find usually if a happy ending is reached, it's certain things have to be in place for it to work for me. I prefer films that are devastatingly just, maybe give me a glimmer of hope. Give me a glimmer of hope. But don't give me, oh, and they all lived happily ever after, because I don't buy that. If you're going to go for realism, that's not going to happen. So I love the ending to films like Fight Club and, in a sense, Me Before You. Still difficult to talk about. And I love things like Game of Thrones, which I'm well aware is never going to have a happy ending, which is what I love about it. It's so brutal and unapologetic in that fact. I take a detour. I think in this case, the way you invest in Hobbs? Who the hell is Hobbs? Cobbs. You really want him to have this happy ending. You want him to be reunited with his children after everything. So I think in this case it works. And I subscribe to this theory. I'm unaware of whether this has been confirmed or denied by Nolan or any other writers or producers. But I think the totem was actually his wedding ring the whole time. So anyway, that is the theory for today, guys. Let me know what you think. It's an interesting theory to ponder, definitely. Just let's have a discussion in the comments below, and I will see you later with another video. Auf Wiedersehen!